trying to make some covers so I can see what the hell videos are. I'm not good with the video thing or internet thing. Look at that above. We'll see what this does. Those are the bathrooms right there. Great glamour shot. Inflammatory, hateful, and sensationalistic coverage of our allies and enemies. This is just a jibber jabber piece. Inflammatory, hateful, and sensationalist coverage of allies and enemies. What I'm talking about with that phrase is how the media says anything that our side does is genius. We're great. We're killing it. We have these great plans. We're going to save everything once we get the power, or if we get the power, if our allies go down, or enemies go down. And then our enemies, of course, are these fiends trying to steal, trying to trick, trying to blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't matter what the action are. The whole thing is that both Democrats and Republicans paint the same action that they took as the worst thing ever if the other side does it, and then completely have amnesia that they did it 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it is, and just say, this bad, they bad, them bad, let's stop them. Supreme Court appointments, gerrymandering, election compromise, turning blind eyes to threats while focusing on things that are more topical but less impactful. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so this is video number 2 in my jibber jabber session tonight. Just trying to kill some time while I wait for 10:30 to come and go. Drew's common sense. Do your best to be kind to people. Obvious. Well, that guy almost stopped, but he didn't because he saw me and I think he tripped out. I would trip out too out here. It's quite beautiful. The stars up there that probably look like darkness to you are pretty nice. Moon's not back out yet, but it'll be coming around soon. Do your best to be kind to people and drink lots of water. Simple advice. Kind is not nice. Kindness is treating people with integrity, respect, honesty. Not, oh, hey, how's your day? I super care. It's like, hey, I hope, your life's not fucked up, and I hope that you're taking care of that so I can just take care of myself. If you are fucked up, I'll come help you. That's what I see as kindness. Life is terribly complicated, and if we focus on some solid fundamentals, family, religion, basics, make your city situation better, people close to you, connections, just the basics. We fritter away the important stuff and say we don't have time, we can't do this, whatever. You don't find time, you make time, and what's important to you is what you do. Your actions and words, it shows what's important to you. Blah blah blah. I'm just reading off some script stuff here, things that I bring out so I can read it, put it on video sometimes, and make sure I understand what I'm talking about. Even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I gotta understand that I don't know what I'm talking about so I can talk at a surface level about what the fuck these complicated issues are, because anybody who says they understand it all is full of shit. It's just about Trump who can't come to terms with making a mistake. It's from months and months, maybe years ago. But how he can't come to terms with making a mistake or say he was wrong or anything like that. It just is he's the apex of capitalism. He's utter bullshit in a man. He doesn't know what a lie is. He doesn't know what the truth is, because this whole world just keeps flowing and moving, and he's so important that it doesn't matter to take time to worry about those things. It just takes time to get done what you want to get done, make sure your enemies are taken care of, allies are taken care of, and everybody's in line, and things are going because you're important and you're the man and you're doing it. So he's a very interesting character, to say the least. I see 2 possibilities in emerging from modern times. I call this story, Will Fear Win Out? It will be global authoritarianism, which we know is going to be bad. Bad is subjective. We're going to show what the human race is. Or global liberty. Global authoritarianism or global liberty. Man, I would like some global liberty because I'm a liberty, do what you want person. But if most of us are just cool with going with the flow and having a couple people in charge that have a shitload while the rest of us get by, that's what we are. Shoulder. And we'll just show you the field here with a quick scan. Scope creep, next topic. Scope creep and underfunding software are more impactful than we admit. The Secretary of Defense recently talked to top naval brass. These are guys who have been in the Navy and running the industrial military complex for 20, 40, 60 years. Essentially there's going to be old guys in there who have been running things since World War II. And he used a very telling term in this speech to them. He said, he kisses their butts, of course, which is just part of the process. He says near peer adversaries, which means he says they're not our peers yet. We're above, we're daddy, we're in charge, we're Big Daddy USA. And that's just not enough respect to our peers and our adversaries. It just shows that the hubris is a big topic with me that I think is really damaging and detrimental. You can see planets out here, pretty cool. And that's straight hubris. That's, we have weaknesses and we can't see them because we have a smoke screen saying that we are this and we are that and we are so untouchable and we're so amazing that we forget other people are capable too. Very capable. And the times, they are changing, and I really hope America stays a beacon. Well, it's the dimmest it's ever been, but I hope the beacon gets relit of freedom, liberty, the right to live life as you see fit, and not the hogwash, not the hateful division, not the our way or the highway bullshit that we're living in right now, because it's garbage. The us versus them, the us versus ourselves, the unacceptance, the sticking to guns, and I'm not talking physical guns, I'm talking metaphorical guns, and not budging, and we're just in this rut. It's embarrassing. As a country, as a people, as a government, time for America to stand on up and do good, stop doing bad. There's something here about Eamon Bundy, who's I think he's from the South, and he's just this protester guy, and he does weird stuff that I don't always get or understand with, but he had a quote about, he got kicked out of the high school football game. He goes to a high school football game looking for trouble, just like I'm looking for trouble out here, just standing and protesting, make sure that we're Americans and we stand up for our rights and things just don't steamroll us. And they remove him, whatever, and this whole confrontation. But he says that they should have a section for people who don't want to wear masks. And I was like, that's interesting. It's compelling enough that I could bring it up and think about it. Because, what if we did just cordon off a third of that stuff, and then everybody who wants to get sick is there, and then you have this whole section, and then we can trace that, yeah, shit was real, and everybody in those sections who was not doing their part, they paid the price, and their loved ones paid the price, and it looked like we all paid the price. But that's the price for liberty. It's confusing. It's complicated. And when people's health, man, the pussification of society, we're a bunch of wimps. We're so scared of getting hurt, so scared of getting sick, so scared of dying. It's gonna happen to all of us. No matter what those fucks out there say that they're gonna have a perpetual motion machine flying you through space on a compact disc that has your memories and your personality. That ain't you. We're all gonna die. What are we going to do with our time here? This looks like page 1. It's just a bunch of copy and pasted crap. Nonviolent wars is the best thing. Nonviolent war means we're not killing each other to get what we want, but drain resources. Nonviolent war is going on right now. It's weird. Hunger, starvation, disease, malaise. Circling the wagons has just barely started to begin. Who knows? But I do know that the government cannot govern without the will of the people. So it doesn't matter if it's USA, China, Russia, Mexico, Cuba, Brazil. Without the will of the people, you can't govern. That means paying taxes, that means going to work, that means doing all this kind of stuff. What Gandhi did was not just lead assault, revolt, and go on hunger strike, anything like that. That's not the point. The point is that you make your own clothes, you make your own food, you're self-sustaining, and you can choke them out. That's what they did. They choked out the British imperialists out of India. It took a long time, and it was very tragic and very painful and very violent, and they persevered. It's about choking them out and saying, hey, we're in charge. I'm in charge of me. That's the very least. Look at me. Look at this fucking weirdo out in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night. Cars driving by, hold up a sign on the side, walk up to cars. I don't walk up to cars, but sometimes I walk by when they park because I'm like kind of weirded out myself. Like, hey, I'm here too. So I'm in control of myself, and that's how it's going to be. And government's not going to tell me what to do. And if humanity does bend and we do buckle and we do go to authoritarianism and things go down that road, then that's who we are. And we'll see. I think, in the next 50 years, we'll see at least the next stage of evolution for humanity. We're going to have a long history after that, theoretically. But this next stage, we'll see. We'll see if this dystopian crap everybody's so obsessed with comes to be, or if we live in a more free society where government's kind of just there, kind of just small, kind of just helping things go along where there's trouble, and making sure we have access to basic resources: food, health, transformation, food, health, housing, education, transportation. Yeah, that's what I believe. At least part of it.